Hello dear students, I welcome all you to the today's video and the most important part of chemical bonding, that is molecular orbital theory. Molecular orbital theory in short can be written as MOT. It can be written as MOT. Stands for molecular orbital theory. So far ideas we have gathered with respect to VS-EPR theory and VBT theory, valence bond theory, are drawn away. They are taken away from the molecular orbital theory. Molecular orbital theory has given us an enhanced idea regarding how hybridization of the existence of molecules and how many bonds are present in between them. What are the stability of the existence of molecules? All those things are in detail explained with the help of molecular orbital theory. Molecular orbital theory holds good for some of the highest, complex molecules also. Whether the bond is existed between two atoms or atomic orbitals combination, whether it is going to form the bond between them, whether there is a force of attraction is existed or no. The various criteria regarding the molecules as well as their existence was explained by the theory molecular orbital theory. Before we start with the actual part of the example, we will understand some of the postulates of molecular orbital theory. When we understand postulates one by one, it will be very easy for us to understand the type of existence when we go with the examples. Let's begin with postulates. Very first point or first postulate we will be learning here with respect to molecular orbital theory, it is linear combination of atomic orbitals. First, linearly atomic orbitals will combine. They will form molecular orbitals. Once molecular orbitals are formed, we will understand whether bond formation is going to take place or no. First and foremost point or the postulate, that is linear combination of atomic orbitals. First point, it means that first the atomic, previously what we have done, valence bond theory, VS pair theory, we have made use of the valence shells and there is a combination of them. Then finally we will predict the structure. But with respect to this one, what exactly the first point tells? First, atomic orbitals combine each other. They will form molecular orbitals. Once molecular orbitals are formed, then we will go for the further discussion. The first point is linear combination of atomic orbitals. The second point, number of atomic orbitals combining will form the same number of molecular orbitals. I repeat, how many number of atomic orbitals are combining? The same number of the molecular orbitals are going to be formed here. The third point, say for example, if you consider hydrogen atom, I will show with a simple explanation. Hydrogen atom has got one electron and this also has got one electron. There are two hydrogen atoms with two s orbitals. When they combine each other, they will form two molecular orbitals. One is like this and the other one is in this fashion. Two molecular orbitals are formed with a different energy. Why does it so and all? We will consider the example and we will do in detail with the example further. Just be with me, listen to me very carefully. I'll explain each and every point in detail. Moving to the next one, there are two types of molecular orbitals are formed. As I told you, there are a combination of two atomic orbitals. They will form two types of molecular orbitals. First again atomic orbitals. This is SS orbital of two hydrogen atoms. They will combine. They will start coming each other. They will combine. They will form two types of molecular orbitals. See, one is bonding molecular orbital and the other one is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Bonding molecular orbital is main thing where we can see bond formation is going to take place. Anti-bonding molecular orbital is that which has higher energy, no bond formation is going to take place with this one. Why and so? We'll see in the next one. So bonding molecular orbitals will have less energy. Lesser the energy, more will be the stability, whether it may be a orbital or it may be a atom. Whenever we have less energy, it will be showing more stability. More the stability in the sense bond formation is feasible. Right? Bonding molecular orbitals have got less energy, more stability, and there is a chance of bond formation. If you consider next one, that is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Anti-bonding molecular orbitals generally will have higher energy. Higher the energy, higher will be the repulsion. There is no chance of bond formation is seen in case of anti-bonding molecular orbitals. These are two types of orbitals obtained with respect to molecular orbital theory. Coming to the next point, molecular orbitals are polycentric. We can make use of many complex compounds with many atoms combining each other. So far we discussed in VBT, VSEPR, there is the maximum we will be making use of 3 to 4 atoms in a molecule. Here polyatomic molecules can also be predicted whether the bond is formed or no, whether the shape is existed, the predicted shape is correct or no. All those things we will be discussing here, and it is very helpful for us that it also tells us that whether bond is present in between the atoms or no. That also is going to be told by MOT. Now, shape of molecular orbital depend on combining atomic orbitals. So whatever the shape of a molecule is finally obtaining is completely dependent on the combining atomic orbitals. Once the atomic orbitals are combining, they will form the molecular orbitals. Atomic orbitals shape, what is that? That same shape is going to be retained for the molecular orbitals also. And shape of the molecular orbital depends on combining atomic orbital. Done. Next, these two seems to be most important points. You have to remember these things. So we will be filling number of electrons because we will be having electrons in the atomic orbitals. Atomic orbitals combined, they will form the molecular orbitals. Once the molecular orbitals are formed, we are supposed to fill the electrons in them, because due to combination of atomic orbitals itself, molecular orbitals are formed. So how to fill the electrons into them? That is, in bonding molecular orbital and in anti-bonding molecular orbital, we are supposed to fill the electrons. So what is orbital which has lowest energy? As I already told you, bonding molecular orbital has got less energy. Less energy orbitals are filled first according to Aufbau's principle. We have discussed this thing in detail in a fantastic manner in the chapter Atomic Structure. Right? So according to Aufbau's principle, lowest energy molecular orbitals should be filled first. Then we have next point, that is according to Pauli's exclusion principle. This also we have done with a spin magnetic quantum number. I explained the quantum numbers in the chapter Atomic Structure. There we made use of this point, that is Pauli's exclusion principle. Maximum of 2 electrons we can fill in an orbital, and with a opposite spin. Plus half spin minus half spin is mainly because electrons will be rotating in a clockwise and in an anti-clockwise manner in an atom. Then only the stability is more. Otherwise, electron repulsion will be very large. The electrons are filled in bonding molecular orbitals in such a manner that they should be oppositely spinned. Aufbau's principle, according to Aufbau's principle, lowest energy orbitals are filled first. Pauli's exclusion principle tells there must be 2 electrons are filled and they must be opposite in spin. So these seems to be most important postulates. We have 2 more, we supposed to discuss them, and each and every line or each and every postulate of MOT has got its own meaning, and all those things we will be clearing them by considering the examples. Do copy this. We'll move to the next.